How to train yourself to be less nervous. 1. Learn to use self-suggestion. Whenever you feel nervous, remind yourself, since birth, I've had nothing, and in death, I'll still have nothing. So, what's there to be afraid or nervous about? This method is surprisingly effective, not just for nervousness but also for moments of low confidence or stage fright. 2. Overcome your lesser self with your greater self. Our brains house a greater self and a lesser self. When you're nervous, it's your lesser self's avoidance and self-protection kicking in. At these times, let your greater self step forward and tell your lesser self to back off. By doing this regularly, you gain better control over your brain, instead of being controlled by your inner lesser self. 3. Read thousands of books, travel thousands of miles. Being easily nervous indicates limited experience and knowledge. Look at the elderly. They are less prone to nervousness because they've experienced and learned more, giving them a better understanding and grasp of most situations. So, read more history, natural science, social science, philosophy to understand society, people, and the world. When you view life from a broader perspective, you'll find everything fits into what you've learned from books. 4. Practice deliberately on what you fear. Almost no one is free from nerves the first time they speak on stage. But professional hosts and speakers rarely show nerves because they've practiced enough. If something makes you extremely nervous, it means your brain isn't yet accustomed to it. I used to get nervous speaking in front of a camera, so I practiced by recording dozens of videos daily until the nerves faded. The more you confront what you fear, the less it intimidates you. 5. Develop the ability to not react immediately. Sometimes, nervousness is an uncontrollable self-response. For example, entering a crowded place or meeting a celebrity can trigger automatic nervousness. This is similar to Pavlov's conditioned reflex. When life's bells ring, our nervousness shows up uncontrollably. What to do? Train yourself not to react instantly. If someone calls you, don't rush to respond. Pause for a second or two. When conversing, don't hurry to reply right after the other person finishes. If your phone rings, don't rush to answer. Understand that you don't always have to respond to others immediately. Giving yourself a brief pause can make you appear calm and composed. 6. Use breathing to control nervous emotions. When you're nervous, excited, or angry, your breathing becomes rapid and shallow, and emotions become uncontrollable. At these times, stop and take 10 deep breaths. Adjust your breathing to a steady rhythm, and your emotions will stabilize. This technique uses our physiological state to influence our psychological state. It also works when you're unhappy. Force a smile a few times, and you'll find your mood lightens. 7. Imagination is our brain's best cheat tool. Our nervous system can't differentiate between experiences gained through actual events and those created by vivid imagination. When you imagine facing a situation confidently and relaxed, as long as the imagination is detailed and vivid, you will actually feel more relaxed and confident. Similarly, imagining a feared failure can bring real feelings of fear and pain. If you imagine something you deeply desire, you might even find yourself smiling unwittingly. That's the power of imagination. It can genuinely help you attain the corresponding emotions and feelings. Just imagine yourself not being nervous, being confident and composed, and you will actually feel less nervous.